So we are going to podcast, but I am trying to fix a lighting situation because it is dark, cold England right now, and there we go. We've got some form of positioning. That's a little bit better. Hair looks a bit wild. I will premise I am going to be smoking, and I'm smoking Blue Lotus and what's it called, Mullen, but it will be in a long Rizzler. I don't condone smoking, but also I do smoke. Personally, doesn't mean anyone should start smoking because smoking is not good for you. But on that note, I am gonna have a cigarette, but instead of using a lighter, I might as well use the candles that are here. Take the lighter on my hand. I will also like to premise I have stopped making long videos, and also I don't know where this is gonna go. Don't know where this is gonna start, but what I do have is my notebook filled with so many different wondrous things, and maybe because I'm feeling called to have a look at it. Oh, a little photo my brother drew me. That's how I know the notebook is the wrong way around. This is always filled with wondrous things. This is a new one. Ooh, okay. So the root of shaman, this wording is not fully correct, but the root of shaman is someone who knows. It is like someone who knows, or yeah, a person who knows. So someone who has other knowledge. I want to start again already, bruv. Why do I do this? It's like rather frustrating that I'm indecisive of, what I'd like to say. I think it's mainly because I'm distracted by exterior. Like somebody just locked the house door and I've got my fiance speaking in the background. And also I want to make sure you can see. Effectively, I've just moved one candle out of the way so it wouldn't be in the way of the camera, then move the other candle in the way of the camera. This is rather stressful. So what I'm going to do is make my life easier. Great, thank you, universe. When everything gets too stressful, and recently for me, it has got rather stressful, which is completely okay. Completely okay. But when things get too stressful, you can only focus on one thing at a time. You only have the energy to focus on one thing at a time. And you're trying to give all your fucks, pretty much. You're trying to give all your fucks. This is how my mum has explained this to me. You're trying to give all your fucks to all these different places, but you don't have enough fucks. You've actually got one fuck left. Or you've got no fucks left. And either way, you need to do something with that. Because you can't use that one fuck thinking about all the things that you need to give a fuck about. Because then you're not using that fuck, you're just thinking about what you're using it for. Almost what you could be using it for. But also, a situation that has happened in my life today, which I think is very validly needing to be spoke on. There is points in time where shit happens and negative situations happen, but positive outcomes come out of them. So are they negative situations? I was at work, ended up getting shouted at because I had a disagreement with someone. And I did not take kindly to somebody speaking of me like that, speaking to me and of me in the manner of which they did. And I almost let it lose myself, but I didn't, because I was like, okay, but what has come from it? And now the problem has been resolved. The problem was that there was no rotation of jobs. People were only on one job and getting frustrated about it, and it was mainly me, like heavily mainly me. But when I started the employment, I was like, I've been told it's going to be rotated. and now it is being rooted. But without that disagreement, nothing would have changed. So without that perceived negative situation, that positive outcome couldn't have come. And until I said something, and I was very honest. When I get angry, I get honest. Don't get me wrong, I'm always honest. It's one of the great things about me, but I do hold back from saying things to not have a negative impact on people. And there's points in time where I get very angry, very frustrated. So I'm honest. But because I'm honest and angry, they're feeling the honest and angry. And I think that's what fucks with people. Because I've been informed that I bite sometimes when I speak. Don't get me wrong, that might not make sense to a lot of people, that phrasing of things. It was 555. But like, it's like when you're speaking to somebody and you're just like, all of your energy is like this. And no, I can't do it right now. I'm gonna be real with you, I cannot do it on command, let's say. Because it is, I believe it to be like a primal thing. Like when you're angry or frustrated, when things happen in a primal, more in like a primal time where we're living off the earth, we're living off the land. So if something's trying to attack you, or someone's trying to get you, you need to do something about that. You need to do something about that. You need to be like, girl, I'm a scary bitch too. But we don't need that in our everyday life. So it's about how we balance in between. And because we don't have that release from when we did as a primal, we don't have as much the need for, like, I'm gonna explain. So, where this trail of thought has taken me is on an adventure. So, I see the reason why we have the haka, you know, Moauti people. But why we have things like that, in my mind, it's because we got to be big scary bitches sometimes. We got to be big scary bitches, and that's okay, and that's completely fine, and it's natural. Bear, when it's scared, it's gonna stand up and roar at you, bruv. It's not gonna cower away. No, I'm not gonna roll over and let you eat me. I'm not gonna roll over and let you kill me. I'm gonna be a big scary bitch. So when we needed to be big scary bitches because we didn't have necessarily the stature as other animals and other beings, we had to make ourselves seem bigger and scarier. And it's also that those are the things we've learnt through our lineage that we need to carry on. It's like we need to listen to the shamans and the indigenous people. I was literally thinking, okay, the reason I was so distracted is because I was like, I'm going to use the lighter. And then I was like, you literally said you're going to use the candle, not the lighter. And I was lighting it, and I was like, it's not going to work. I was like, it's not going to work. And then, yeah, I spoke on it, and it worked. How wunderbar. Also, I realise it's not as normal as I thought to randomly speak in different languages, just for like little random bits. It's like sometimes I'm just like, das ist nicht so gut. It's just, that's not so good. Or, das ist sehr wunderbar. That is so wonderful. Or like, merci à vous, merci beaucoup. Or merci à vous is Catalan, merci beaucoup is French, and merci is French. Possibly Catalan. Yeah, I think Catalan as well. It fucks with me that it's like Catalanese. No, in my brain I'll be like, oh, it's Catalanese. It's not. It's Catalan. It's just English is fucked up there. The train of thoughts. The train of thoughts are distracting. First off, the train of thought was very distracting. Second off, I was coughing a bit. Why did I go for the lighter again? The reason I smoke while I make podcasts is because I believe I can concentrate more when I'm doing emotion. And like most of the time I do. It doesn't mean all the time. Okay. So I got on speaking about shamans. Well, I was kind of on the lines of shamans. But I would love to learn from indigenous shamans, and also the knowledge that they hold is so sacred. So sacred, and it's generational knowledge that is literally in our beings and our bones, and I don't see why we don't honor it. At a point in time, that was our only truth. Now we're like, oh, science. And science is like, yeah, we know. And then on parts, it's like, we kind of assume, well, it's the closest we've got. It's the closest we've got. And we're just there like, okay, that's the closest you've got, is it? Oh, that's very nice. We'll take this on as facts. There's so many things that have not been proven, or not really possibly got the potential possibility with the technologies we have to be proven, and we're like, yep, that's what we believe is true. This is true. You know, it's like we teach atoms in school. Have you seen fucking double slit experiment? Fucking slit experiment. We're teaching atoms is the right. It goes down to the atom, but when it's being observed, it goes down to the atom. It goes down to the electron. It goes down. When it's being observed, it is all of those things. When it is observed, physical reality is a fact. When it is not observed, physical reality is not a fact. It is waveform. It is potential energy. It is scientifically proven, don't get me wrong, but it's potential energy. It is not physical. It is not an atom. It's not a physical manifestation of existence, life, I want to say. And like, it's like we've shown that in an experiment. We've even had people tell us that and explain in part, but nobody's actually like teaching us that. Like, yeah, by the way, when you're not observing something, when something is not in observation, it is a waveform. Yeah, and you're like, oh. Also, train of thought went to God said that let there be light, and there was light. And so it's just like how light is us, but light is also sound. This is my brain. This bit, my brain. Other bit, that was science. This bit, my brain. So, God said, let there be light. Then there was light. Spoken manifestation. God said, let there be physical reality, and there was physical reality. And in physical reality, sound is wave, light is wave. But they're different. I think they're different. It's different vibrational frequencies, if I'm not mistaken, but I feel like that's slightly off because how I'm seeing them. In a way, I kind of see it. It went out. In the way, I kind of see it as a wave. And like it's really big one side, and then it just goes all the way down, and it's like this really, 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 really small wave. Really, really tiny wave. Like really stretched out wave. It's kind of how I see light rays. But I don't know. I need to do more research onto that aspect of it. Okay, that was lovely. Okay, I'm gonna explain. This has been on fire. This is now out of fire. So I'm like drawing it on the table, and then I was like, oh, it's black. I was like, oh, this is probably what people all those years ago used to use. And well, yeah, duh. But like, that's so lovely. That is where my head went to. Because I realised podcasting, you only get to hear what I say and not what I think. Because I think quite a lot, you see? And it is my greatest strength, which is also my greatest weakness. The thing that can hurt me the most, which is my brain, is 1515 is also one of my greatest strengths. Or I would say is my greatest strength because everything comes from what I'm referring to as brain at this moment in time. Because brain is like, we see it as, well, brain is your physical brain, you know? But your brain is created from you. Like consciousness, existence. Please, fundamental truths. I'm not going through all 5 of them right now because I will get so distracted. I'm gonna have to do it because I've forgotten my other train of thought. So obviously, I'm supposed to do it right now. Yes, fundamental truths of the universe. So 1, all is, well, there's no order. Okay, these are truths that are fundamental, so they are across all times and space. Time, space, reality, dimensions. There is no dimension, no space or time where it is not a fact. There is no point in time where the fact is skewed or the fact is bent. The fact is a fact throughout all of existence and all of being. And if it was not to be a fact, it would not be a fundamental truth. But fact 1 in my understanding of life is that all is one and one is all. We are all made of the same thing, and if you think about it, on the deepest level, we are all the same thing. Like, if you go back all the way to like atoms, energy, waveform, well, waves, vibration, frequency, they're all the same thing. And for anything to be created, so anything to be in existence, it has to be made from something. It can't be made from nothing. It has to be made from something, and that something is already there. That is making that something. So, when you go through it all, like all the way back through all of the roots, it's all the same thing, which is everything. And then on to the second one, which is everything is here and now. The only thing that you can ever experience is here and now. You can think about other events, other times, other situations, but you cannot experience it unless it is now. You can think about tomorrow, but you can only ever have the experience of tomorrow now. Like, you can only ever experience that thought, for one, and also you can only ever experience being and doing and being there in that moment. And if that moment is not, right then, it is not a fact. That moment is still endless potential energy. Imagine it like everything your eyes observe is fact, and everything that you're not observing, it's just like, so you see yourself in the center and you just got all this like blah blah, all this waveform energy that's just flowing around you, and it's a lot easier to focus on manifestation, because instead of seeing manifestation as instead of seeing it as creating a different narrative, drop the narrative, there is no narrative. You know? That makes complete and utter sense to me. Everything that is not observed right now by your eyes, you cannot say for 100% is truth. It is a waveform, it is a potential energy. It is potential energy, it is the infinite potential energy. It is the infinite potential energy of the universe. You know? Yeah, no. I say you know so much. So much. Also, Blue Lotus, so good. So good. I was gonna knock it. I was like, so many times when I've looked at it on Etsy, I've been like, nah. And then I was like, do you know what? I can treat myself. I know you can smoke it, and I want to smoke tobacco less. So, yeah, the Blue Lotus is beautiful. It's just like, you just feel nice and chill, you know? I say, one more time. Oh my fuck. Oh my actual fuck. Reconnecting to our roots, our ancestors. That is what we need to do. We need to reconnect to who we are as people and why in the actual fuck we're living if it's not something we're enjoying. Imagine you die tomorrow. I don't get into the details of it. Just imagine you're dead tomorrow. Everything is stopped. You're off the roller coaster of physical reality. You're on a different journey still, but you're off this journey. You're off this world. Would you have done anything differently? Would you have regrets? If you died tomorrow, would you regret today? Or would you be grateful that it was your last? Would you be grateful for the time you spent with the people you love? Or the time you spent working on a future that isn't? You know? So it's all like the people who are workaholics or always at the gym trying to make themselves better. I get work out, work on your mind, work on your body. Do it. It's good for you. But the people who are addicted to it, and like the people who are in a sense addicted to work, because in both 2202, in both situations, it's trying to get away from something that causes it. But if you're doing all that and you never get to see the result because you don't live that far, would there be anything you do differently? What could you do differently? And sometimes when we bring ourselves out of physical reality, like just on the precipice of it, in a sense, where the physical mind and, no, I wouldn't say the physical mind, the physical life, past the physical life, or just past it. I think that was what I was trying to say. I have massacred this with candle. I don't think candle smoke or candle flame is any better than lighter. Well, I guess because they're scented candles, and also sometimes they have like black smoke that you get off it, which I've got on my cigarette. So, how has this only been 23 minutes? I think because I'm looking at the time. But yet again, also, how has it been 20 minutes? Because fuck knows what I've said. Oh, I got to Everything Is Here and Now. Okay, that's where we were. Everything's Here and Now. That's because all you can experience is here and now. That was a lovely little tangent though. And then you go on to what you put out is what you get back. These are 5 fundamental truths that all interlock and interlink to be the one truth of existence. No, don't blow up my candle end. I really... Just... Thank you. Okay. I have 2 candles, it's fine. I got so distracted. What you put out is what you receive. Okay. Vibration. You can only be on the frequency... No, you can only experience what you're on the frequency of. You can only experience what you believe is possible. And sometimes we break past that. Sometimes we break past the limitation and what we believe is possible. And in breaking past it, we change the belief because the belief no longer stands. So it's like, it's impossible to run a mile in under... I think it was under like 4 minutes or something. And everyone's like, it's impossible. And someone was, no, I think And then someone just did it. And everyone could do it. Well, not everyone. Some people could do it then after. It's the idea. That was such shit wording. Like, I realised there was no energy behind that. There was no like, it was just like, bored now. That's different energy states. There you go. I accidentally showed you the difference between energy states. You can be like, talking. It can be kind of interesting as well. But you can just, like, I feel the difference. That's just sitting up a bit. Gotta make sure the candle don't go out. So cool. Why? Because I like it, okay? And also because you can't see what's going on there, so I'm letting you. I'm just kind of letting you know what I'm doing. To be real with ya. Also, I'm not using that candle flame again. That tastes completely differently to my Blue Lotus and my fucking Mullen. And I was careful not to have any sticks or anything from the Mullen, and always am. I'm like, I'm not smoking a stick. Yeah. Moving on. Why on my TikTok? Right, I love the fact I'm getting more views, I'm getting more comments, getting more likes. Love it. Why is there so many men, either asking me to marry me, trying to talk to me, or just sending like love hearts and flowers? And I think they've started doing it more because I was like, okay, cool, you're doing that. I'm engaged, but you're boosting my content. So I think they're just doing it now, possibly to boost my content. You know. I'm also getting distracted from the fiance on the phone. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. But I've recently started doing this thing called, I think it's Kulning, Cundeling, maybe, maybe. We don't know. Maybe one day we know, but not today. I think it is late. Will you allow me to be? We will not. We may put clip at here or end, but I cannot do this right now. It is 20 minutes to midnight, but that's fine because I'm not noisy. I am if I'm doing that though. Like, it's literally, it's the herd cows. It's a Swedish herding call. That's like where it's originated, and I think it's lovely, and we should keep it alive. And more people need to learn about it. But it's so much fun to do. It's so much fun. It fills me with joy. Like, even thinking about it, it's like, ooh, but like really high pitched and really loud, and that's why the cows could hear it, because it was loud, high pitched, and you can make it unique and individual, so the right cows know when to go, so your neighbour's cows aren't going. Like, just that era, that vibe. It's just beautiful. It's honestly glorious, and the music that's come from it. There is a song called "Conjuring a Storm," and by God, I actually wish I could say this person's name, or even spell this person's name. I cannot. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful name, but I do not know. I do not know. You can tell when I'm more in my like childish joy, when accents just randomly, I'm just like, this is fun. I do this now, you know? It's just random accents come out at random times, just for the fuck of it, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Love it. I got so distracted by that, I went. Can I say England is very chilly, and walking barefoot when it's very chilly is harder. And I also melted part of my shoe. But it's okay. I can wear my toe caps to work. But outside of work, I've been wearing flip-flops. Well, not flip-flops, sandals. Like sliders. I've been wearing sliders and socks. Like fucking thick, fluffy socks. Or 2 layers of socks. They're thin. It's been glorious. But it's getting frustrating not having freedom of foot. Foot freedom is necessary. I've been walking barefoot for so long that my body got so used to it, and now I have to wear steel toe cap boots. And also, it's too cold to not wear shoes outside. I still do it sometimes. I'm gonna be real with you. There we go. It was a mixture between not gonna lie and gonna be real with you. So I was not gonna be real with you. Oh, don't use the candle. I said don't use the candle. It is okay. You're good. What that noise was, I made a little noise, and then I heard a noise. Oh, it was brakes. Oh. Honestly, no idea where I was at. But anyway, coming back to fundamental truths. What you put out is what you receive. So what you're on the vibrational frequency of, you experience. So if you're loving, you experience love. If you're kind, you experience kindness. But if you have a belief in the way of that, you can't experience it. It's kind of like you're putting a little barrier for that thing, so that thing can't come in, because your belief says no. Your belief says it says no, that's not able to happen to me. And some beliefs are good. I have a belief that if I'm being nice things will happen to me. That's a belief of mine, and that's a good belief. So our beliefs are good things. It's about alchemizing and finding what beliefs don't align with you, align with who you want to be and who you truly are, without all the facades, without all the pretenses, but what you stand for as a person. I think I've just said this. I feel like I have. This is not black, but it looks black on there and not black on there, and that's fucking with me slightly, but I love it. I have to warm up the toes, so I need to be in a wiggling position for the toes. Oh, it's 3, 3, 3, 3. That was lovely. I was I saw it at 3, 3, 3, 1, and then as I said the first 3, went to 2, and as I said the second 3, went to 3. Kind of English. You can only experience what you believe is possible. I'm just gonna relax, let go, and let whatever needs to come through. You can only ever experience what you believe is possible. And I'm gonna say that again, because you need to hear that, and you need to actually listen to it. You can only ever experience what you believe is possible for you to experience. If you believe something is possible for you to experience, you will experience said thing. You are putting energy into that thing, so you are creating that thing in your existence. You are on the vibrational state of it, so you are experiencing it. Both ways I've said it are the same thing, but said in 2 different ways. Okay? Because we get so confused in life. Like, I've even had it happen to me recently. Sometimes we are saying the same thing to the other person and in complete disagreement because we think they are saying something else. We're like completely like, no, absolutely not. Like, no, I think this. And in reality, we're saying the same thing all along. And there's so many ways you can say the same thing. It's like spirituality. Everyone uses different words. Completely, perfectly acceptable because it's all how you see. It's your expression of the thing, you know? My hands are rather chilly. I would like a drink. What was I gonna show? I understand now. That was just like a little intermission while I was getting to my train of thought. So I had a friend who believed the same thing as I, and believed life to be in a very similar way than I. But the words we use were from two completely different worlds. So to other people, it would seem we have contradicting beliefs. But to us, we knew and know that our beliefs align. And it's like, just because we use different words it's not negative. There's no pretenses on, oh, well, you should be using this word. Oh, well, yes, I understand life's a game, but I say it like this. Like, life's a game, you level up. You know. I'm not explaining. Okay. And it's like, we have different words saying the same thing. Sometimes our words are filled with other things as well. It's filled with other beliefs. It's filled with other knowledge. It's like you can have a big book of knowledge, but what it all says can be condensed down into these very simple things that other big books of knowledge and the people who believe and understand them, the words in the book can be condensed down to very similar or the same thing as the other books. But because it has different words, you disagree? You disagree? Just because your words don't align doesn't mean your beliefs don't align. Doesn't mean you're searching for the same thing. You think like pretty much the same thing. You just do it in different ways. You express it in different forms and it's all okay. It's perfectly okay to express it in any form or any way. It's like my words. I express them in my way, in my form. And that's completely different to anyone else. And we could be saying the exact same thing. But how we speak, when we speak, and what we say differs to the same underlying truth. So all I would like to say, have a think about it. I'm not telling you what to believe. Have a think. Take everything I say as ideas. Please. Genuinely. Because it's all ideas. What I say to you is ideas to you, and what you say to me are ideas to me. They're possibilities. It's showing another avenue of life which I could choose to walk towards or away from. It's seeing something as an example of what you could experience or what you don't want to experience. Like what you do want to experience, what you don't want to experience. It's seeing life not trying to fucking hurt you as well. Life is not this big evil thing that's out for you. And I'm going to say this, it's really harsh. If you cannot deal with a blunt truth, probably skip pie for like 2 to 5 minutes. But I have said this to someone before. And I said to them, I'm going to be very honest. But I don't have to be. So would you like me to be honest? I think I'm remembering that possibly wrong. But I did pretense that I was going to be very honest. And I said, what makes you so special that you get to be the fuck up? What's so special about you that you're the one who 4044 is hated by life? Why does the universe or God or whatever hate you? Why does everyone hate you? Why? But why? Like, why do you think that? Why do you think everyone hates you? Or why do you think that life's out to get you? Why do you think bad things happen to you? And when you go off past experiences, just know they're beliefs and examples, so situations, examples in life of what you could put your energy into or not. And the more you put your energy into it, the more of a vibrational match you are. The vibration you're tuned into. And like, I know, it's so mean. Like, I've had to have these discussions myself. Do you know how hard it is to call yourself out like that? Do you know how hard it is to be having a shit day and be like crying or something, like profusely bawling your eyes out? Everything is wrong. Like, there's a leak in the ceiling, there's mold growing in a house that I said I'll never come into, and there's mold in there. It even ripped down half a wall for that and my fiance put it back up. I ripped it down. And there's a leak over the fuse box. These situations, I want to go travelling, I want to do this, everything going wrong. And then in that moment you have to be like, well, I'm putting my energy into this right now. I'm perpetuating the situation. I'm fucked off, and I'm thinking about being fucked off, and I'm not looking or finding a resolution. And you cannot find a resolution to your problem on the same vibrational frequency as that problem. I think it's Einstein, but it could be wrong. And those words aren't verbatim. But, like, to get past that, you have to be on a different vibrational frequency. And to be able to call yourself out like that is hard. Calling other people out, it feels so rude, but it is only for the benefit. It's only ever for good. Like, it's only ever for self-improvement and being able to live and enjoy, experience life in a better way, aka a happier way. I just care about people being happy and free, to be perfectly honest. At the bottom of everything. I just want people to live happy and free. There's so many things that I could say. And the thing I need to remember is the things I do say are the things that are meant to be said. Now, it's not dwelling over and thinking about, how could I say this? It's just speaking and observing and enjoying, making making fun of life. Not like haha life, but like making fun out of life. Oh, 4. Just as I got distracted by my beautiful fiance. Love that. Oh, also, I don't know if I can show this. very well. I've got a wreath. You can't see it, but in the middle of the wreath, I've got the snow spray that I've done on the inside of the door, and I've done a pentagram in the roof. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Oh, I've got hippie pants as well. I call them hippie pants because they make me feel so good. I've got Free the Leg. These look so cool, and they have these little like dangly dingly bits that are absolutely so much fun when I'm dancing about in these trousers and the other pair I've got, but these ones are so cool. I was like not gonna get the white, and I'm so glad I did. But they just like jingle about. So much fun. It's actually very wonderful. Also, drop the narrative. This is your like 45-minute laser reminder to drop the narrative, because you don't need to think about this is gonna happen because this has happened. It's not holding on to what has been, so it is fact. I'm so sorry, I'm very distracted. I don't want to use the candle to light this because I didn't like how it tasted. It's ruining the taste. I get distracted, but I thought my fiance was going off the phone, but is now still on the phone. I've now just registered this. He's still on the phone. So I got distracted by that. And then the lighter. I have more. Somewhere. We need to remember to be still in life sometimes, because you can't always be in constant motion. It's like earlier when I was talking about people who are like workaholics, or people who are doaholics, I want to say. People who are always doing. If you're not doing, you're doing something else. And you need time to be still. You need time to sit down and assess life. Not even assess life. Just time to sit down and just be like, okay, what do I want? And why? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Who am I? Am I proud of myself? What moments have I had that I am proud of myself for? Or what moments do I have gratitude for? Or moments where people have said thank you to you. This is a great, if you're like down dumps, don't know what to do, and this pops in, like this next bit pops into your head, use it. Works so nicely. Don't get me wrong, you have to do it, and you can't half-ass trying, because when you half-ass trying, you're not even giving it your full energy. Nothing can withstand not having your full energy. Like, I don't like how I avoided that, but we will leave that. I don't allow that to be. Half-ass energy is the only thing I remember right now. If you're not giving something your full energy, you're not really giving it a chance. You're not giving it a chance of working. I think that's what that was what I was originally trying to say. I don't remember what I said, and I don't remember where I am. Sit down, silence, question. Oh, gratitude. Gratitude. When you have those moments, like somebody has said thank you for the simplest of things, just think about someone saying thank you for holding a door open, like a time where that has happened, and then think about another one, and then think about another situation where someone has said thank you to you, and think about all these moments where people have said thank you to you. And when a moment where someone has not said thank you to you comes into your head, you're just like, okay, thank you, but I don't need that. And you go back and you just go, no, gone. You head down. Get your fucking head down. If you are down in that shitter, get your head down. Just be like, no, I'm gonna be grateful. No, I'm gonna be happy. No, I'm gonna get through this. Do you know what? Yeah, it's fucking shit right now. Yeah, everything's going wrong. But I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm just gonna fucking keep going. And that's the only way you're gonna get through it. You're never gonna have anyone pull you out because nobody can actually help you. They can only help you help yourself. No one can do the work for you. They can be there to guide you and assist you, but they can't do it for you. They can't sit in that moment and force you to do it. You know? I think you're a gorgeous being, by the way. If you're listening right now, you're fucking gorgeous. Look in the mirror. Go tell yourself. Like, stare yourself dead ass down in the mirror. Be like, I'm beautiful. And you're like, actually say it, like, I am beautiful. The flame got bigger as I said that, I love that. Just like, I am proud of myself. I am proud of who I am. I am proud of how far I've come, even if it's just a narrative in our head that we've created. That's something we've created, so it's something we can be proud of. Take every single win. Take every single win. But take every lose as a step closer to a win. Every lose is just, I'm closer to a win. Every time you fail, get back up. It's not about, oh, I failed. It doesn't matter if you fail. You will fail. You will fail many times over. But it's about how you respond to failure. Do you crumble or do you soar? Do you stand up and go, fuck yeah, I've learned something from that. Okay, what do I do now? Okay, what have I learned? Or do you go, oh fuck, I failed. I don't know what's going on. You know? What discernment do you have in yourself? Like, what do you believe of yourself as well? As I said before, you can only do what you believe is possible. And it's like when I was a gymnastics coach, there has been times where I've asked gymnasts, do you believe you can do it? And they're like, like, no, I want to hear, yeah, you can, yeah, I can do it. I fucking got this. I'm gonna do it. I want you to have that energy, because in that energy, you have more power to do it. When you're like, oh, I'm not sure, you half-ass it. I've seen it. I've done it. I've seen myself do it so many times. It took me. Yes, I said it so many times. It took me so long to realize that I'm good at things when I try them. But when I'm scared, I half-ass it. And then I'm no longer good at it. By God, it is infuriating. The fact that, like, if I try, I can go dance in trees. I can do crazy shit. I can do crazy shit. I can handstand on a skateboard, going down a ramp. I skate barefoot. I like running through the forest barefoot and like dancing through the trees. I can do fucking crazy shit. But when I am not trying, can I do? No. I can sing. I can sing good. Like in a tunnel. by myself, no camera, no nothing, just me and the tunnel. And it's beautiful, it's glorious, and I've never heard myself sing like that. And then someone will walk in while that's happening, and they're like, wow, oh my god. But then there's points in time that I'm worried about people walking. I'm like, there might be someone walking, or I'm filming, or something, and I'm half-arsing it because I'm scared. I'm scared, so I'm half doing it. Because, well, I'm only half doing it, you know? And then, it sounds shit. Not all the time is it bad. But, like, there's a video on my Instagram. There's a couple videos on. There's videos, 5555, where I've half-arsed it. I'm half-arsing it in those videos. Like, whether it be, like, talking, dancing, singing, skateboarding, like, there's so many things I'm like, that's a point in time where I've half-arsed it. But you get to see the contrast. And I think that's so human. I think that needs to be shared. You get to see me when I cannot do shit, and when I can do shit. There is a video on my Instagram where I had like done a killer set of legs, and I was like gonna go for 40 kg squat. Didn't make it, and I still posted it. I showed the contrast. I showed sometimes you don't make it, you know. It's one of my highlights. Oh, it's cold. It is cold. I think I'm almost done. I didn't even finish the fundamental truths yet. Okay. Wait. So all is one, the one is all, everything is here, and now what you put back is what you receive. There's one that I'm missing, and there's one that I like to end with. It was 5757. That was glorious. The more angel numbers there are, the further along right now. Which is quite nice. Okay, so everything changes except from the laws. Oh, you exist! You exist, therefore you always exist. You exist, so you are in a constant state of existence. You exist, therefore you cannot not exist, because non-existence, by definition, does not exist. So all the things that are not in existence are never in existence, because they don't exist. They're in a realm of non-existence that we can't even comprehend, because they don't exist. My fingers are literally telling me off. Like, it's cold. You're in a constant state of being. There is no way you could not be. You're always going to be in some way. In some way. And as we know, well, as going back on the fundamental truths, that all is one, the one is all, everything is here and now. You are everything. So you exist in a constant, perpetual state of change, except from the fundamental truths, because they're fundamental across all dimensions, like time's existence. Dimension is just a word. Another word might align to you to fit more for what you understand as the same thing that I understand from that word. Oh, that is glorious. Yeah, you exist in a constant, perpetual state of change of everything. The entire universe. You are the entire universe in one singular moment of everything. That is constantly changing. There is no stagnancy in the universe's symphony. There is no stagnancy. Nothing is still. Everything is in movement. Everything is in movement, like an atom is in movement, like a waveform is in movement. Observed and not observed, everything is in a constant state of movement. Your entire being is moving. Everything is always changing. Nothing is ever the same. Each and every moment is different. But each and every moment, everything is in existence. You are flowing through the universe, which is you. You're flowing through the universe, which you are. And I don't know how to say it right now. It's like everything is flicking. It's like everything is available to you. It's like your conscious point, your being is like all these realities are overlapped, and you're just siphoning through and jumping through each and every reality and creating this narrative. And creating this narrative that fits along all these bubbles, because nothing is ever the same. No 2 days are the same day. No 2 nights are the same night. Everything is always changing. And that's something that we can use as an anchor to save us sometimes. When everything's dark and dreary, we realize everything is always changing. This is in motion right now. This doesn't last. I can choose other. And sometimes in the moments where we're so dark and dreary and everything hurts, we ask ourselves, is this what I prefer? Can I choose other? And sometimes simply opening us up to the idea of wanting to choose other causes this chain reaction. Because when you realise, I've just chosen something different. I've chosen to live a different life. I've chosen to be a different person with that one thing when I asked, I want something different. When you realise you've wanted something different and you're actually actively trying to be who you always wanted to be, which is happy and free. You get to be proud of yourself. You get a moment of, I'm so grateful I've done that. I'm so proud of myself for that. For trying. You know? Sometimes it's that little shot up from the lowest of lows, being in the darkest place where you don't know where to go, and then to being so self-sustainably grateful. It's beautiful, because no matter what's going on around you, you still have that. And yeah, sometimes you forget, but then when you remember, it hits so beautifully. Beautifully. I touched on I touched on and also incorporated when speaking about shit. Everything changes except from the fundamental truths. I think I've spoken about it in detail enough now. I just didn't. That's. I did the precursor after, you know. Also, first off, move your body in every direction you can because it is so vital. So vital. And if you've heard me say this before, this is your reminder. Maybe try that, or maybe do that again. You know? Because it's good for your body to be able to move and be fluid. And don't be hurting yourself. Be moving through it. And like move your body. And like put your arms in different directions. And do different movements. And put your weight on different things. And do squats with your feet in different positions. I can do squats on the side of my feet. I can do squats on the tip of my toes. I can do squats on my heels. Like, I can only do it because I've tried it. You know? You can only do it if you try. To all the people who are like, oh, you can do such cool shit. Yeah, but that's because I tried. I just tried. Like, I just tried to do stuff. It doesn't have to be cool. It doesn't have to be anything. But it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's good for me, my body, and my mind. Moving your body, dancing, singing, these are all releases and expression. And it's bringing movement and fluidity to the body. And the mind, it has a sense of focus. It also has this expansion. And you get to have this childlike joy. Dancing and singing. And drawing and painting and writing and talking. There's so much. There's so many ways in every and all avenue. You know? Expression is necessary. Expression is who we are. We are creation. And creation wants to create. There's a reason that the primary reason for our existence, going back to like fundamentals of what science say, of like humans are here to reproduce. And yes, we are here to create. We are here to reproduce beings, but also projects and things. Oh, I see it, but I don't know what to say. I don't know how to get it across. Okay, train of thought. It's really distracting me. It has escaped me. Just enjoy life. Enjoy being. Enjoy doing. Enjoy existence. Okay? There you go. Enjoy understanding. Being who you are. I was watching the third Narnia. Beautiful, I have to say. And there's this one part of the storyline where Lucy is wanting to be as beautiful as her older sister, to the point that she does a spell and almost wipes herself out of existence. And then later on in the film, when this little girl said to her, I want to be just like you when I'm older, she sat down with the little girl and said, you should be just like you when you're older. And that hits so deep. I like goosebumps across my whole body, and my eyes are like on the edge of watering. Because so often are we trying to be someone else. We are trying to be someone else. I want to be like this. I want to be pretty like that. I want to sing like this. I want to dance like that. I want to move like this. I want to know all of that. But where are you now, first off? And also, who are you? What do you want to do? What do you want to learn? Where do you want to go? How does your body move? What does your voice sound like? What does your mind know? And it's about going in with critical thinking and understanding what do you know, because your mind brings your own unique, beautiful perspective that this world needs. Otherwise, you wouldn't exist. You fit into this beautiful puzzle piece of existence because the universe, it's here as everything, and everything has the reason of existence. And in your existence, you are fitting into the puzzle piece of life. So when you have a desire to do something, when you have a desire to sing, someone needs to hear that. And I think that's beautiful, whether that's yourself hearing what you could do, or hearing the difference between when you're scared and singing and when you're powerful and free. Sometimes it's really that deep, and sometimes it's not that deep, and someone needed to hear you singing, and maybe you made them smile on a bad day. It's 1111 333. I used to do this thing with bus tickets where I would make a paper swan, like a paper crane, out of the bus tickets. And the first time I did it to this guy who would always drive me back on the X31s when I was at work. This is when I had moved out and I was living on my own for the first time. And the first day I did it, I was like, I hope it makes his day if he's having a bad day, kind of thing. I hope it makes life just a little bit happier for him. Later in life, Bess is my fiance. Beautiful being. It turns out he was having a shit day. I made his day. And then I would make him a swan every day with my bus ticket because I would get bored on the bus. So sometimes I'd make like really tiny ones and big ones. And he kept those bus tickets. He kept the bus ticket, like the swans, because I'm so grateful he did. I would have been vexed if not. Well, not vexed, but no, not vexed at all. It was just a nice little gesture of like, life's not all that bad. It's a little reminder that life can be good too, you know? And yeah, I kept giving him these bus tickets, and I gave him some other drivers as well, because I realised I could make people happy and I make people smile. Or like giving them a swan, and I've done it like at different places, like at bowling alleys, because somebody was stressed and I wanted to make their day a little bit more beautiful. And like to buskers, but I ended up living across the street from him at a similar time. I think it was a little bit later on, because I wasn't having to get the bus anymore. But I was living across the street from him, unbeknownst to the both of us. And then I moved to Bristol, and my sister and her fiance were living with him. And then I almost went up to see their place, like see the room. But in the end I didn't, and I would have seen him if I had, with his partner at the time. And then he was in an open relationship, and I think the week of it that he was in the open relationship, I saw him it wasn't for a week, but it ended up being for a week. I saw him on the bus. Bear in mind, I was living in Bristol. I hadn't been back to Chippenham in ages, and I hadn't got the bus or seen him in like months to a year. And this is going from me, sweet innocent, like, to dreads, no shoes, skateboard, like small top with no bra, because I don't wear bras. Bras, ugh. I don't. I work without a bra. I have a top on. Normally I have a jumper on as well, because it's fucking cold, and a coat. Work outside. Like, bro, no. But, yeah, we ended up, this is the first and only time, other than him knowing my name, like, he asked for my name at one point, and he told me his. I remembered it. But where was I? Yeah, I was speaking to him on the bus, and we ended up seeing each other that night, and then we were just like, oh shit, this was like meant to happen. This was just meant to be. Everything was just aligned. Everything was right. We were just like vibing to music and talking. We enjoyed talking so much. Like, we enjoyed talking so, like, we would sit in his car after he'd finished work and just talk. And because he was still in a relationship at that time, and it was closed after the first night because of the other party of that relationship. But all these things that have aligned, and then now this has happened. Like, all these things have happened, and it's just, I don't know the point of that. I don't know where I was going or why I was going there, but obviously someone needs to hear something, you know? Okay. It's not really useful now, though. I'm reading my notebook, seeing if there's anything else before I go. Me and my friend want to start doing retreats, and if anyone wants to add any ideas or inquire or anything, let me know. Speak to me. My email address is always going to be in my bio, and I think is on TikTok and Instagram as well. I don't really use Instagram, use TikTok quite a lot though, not gonna lie to you. It does fluctuate, we'll have to say. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna post a lot, or not even, no, it's not even that. I'm just like, I like making videos that day a lot, and then I normally post them mostly on that day. It's just the way it happens. What can I say? Anyway, I'm gonna let you go because I'm kind of done. Nothing else wants to be said. Actually, yeah, I'm good. Have a good day. You are a beautiful being of love and light. Love on yourself. Give yourself some fucking firm loving. You know? Play hard, love hard, and spread joy and gratitude. If you're spreading joy and gratitude, you're changing the world. You're being a little ripple effect, you know?